against Neuer to potentially seal it for Bochum, and Kevin Stöger comes out on top. Less than quarter of an hour remaining. Still Sané now. It's Leroy Sané into the area. It's a wonderful save by Manuel Riemann.
What a great save from short distance. This is just a quick reaction there from Manuel Riemann.
Catch your breath time at the Rouge Stadium, but there's no time to do it. It's Mathys Tel, still Tel, and Ornetz throws everything. There's Kane, and there's the goal back for Bayern. Kvartek Stöger arriving on the overlap. He calls one! Vital fingertips from Manuel Neuer.
Give me more. Just give me more of this. Oh man, I can't believe this. This is such an incredible game, and I didn't see that coming. Not in that way. Great save, of course.
A famous victory for Bochum against Bayern, and one that will resonate through the Bundesliga.
Okay, so, well, it wasn't really a Swiss weekend for some teams over the weekend, most especially the likes of Bayern Munich, and you talk of Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan. Well, you also look at some teams and you feel like, oh, this shouldn't have been a weekend. They will always want to remember Real Madrid, an example, but Barcelona will always want to enjoy the weekend. And when you talk of the likes of Remo Stars, with that, we welcome you to Extra Time. It is the last portion on radio, and it is your football show. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. You're welcome to the show. Here, we look at some updates, talking the world of football, from the foreign to the local scene. We say congratulations to Stanley, to Nwabali MON. Stanley Nwabali MON is now a chief in River State. We look at that as well on the show this evening. Well, for Kenneth Omerio, who has been talking, about cyberbullying, what players can do to focus. Remember, some Super Eagles players were dragged after the Africa Cup of Nations, and which also made Alex Iwobi delete pictures he's got on his Instagram page. Well, we look at Roy Hodgson. Remember, the first story we got last week was that Roy Hodgson had been fired despite, taking ill, and he could not even continue the training session. And today he stepped down as Crystal Palace's manager. And remember Real Madrid, according to reports concerning Kylian Mbappe, we'll also be looking at that. Well, for Lionel Messi, he came out, on the social media today to finally speak about what happened in China, his state of health. And remember, a lot of fans are already calling on the organizers of that preseason to bring back their money. This is what we look at on the show this evening. Remember, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Solutions 939 FM. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. You're welcome on board. Timmy Dakolo, man of the South, and let's go to that region in Nigeria. Today, Super Eagles and Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali over the weekend, remember, was confirmed with a chieftaincy title in River State. Did I just say Stanley Nwabali without putting M-O-N? Stanley Nwabali, M-O-N. Nwabali M-O-N was conferred with the chieftaincy title by the traditional ruler of Mbede community in Ngbema Kingdom, River State, Nze Obi Amida. The title Ugo Egbema, the pride of Egbema Kingdom, was conferred on Nwabali following his impressive performance at the AFCON 2023 African. That is the AFCON in Nwabali was drafted just weeks before the commencement of the tournament following poor performance by Francis Uzor. Well, I feel not really about poor performance of Francis Uzor. Maybe what the coach also saw during the training session, and maybe because the tournament, happens to be the AFCON, and Nwabali applies his trade in Africa, most especially in South Africa. But remember, he kept 4 consecutive clean sheets and also made 2 saves in the penalty shootout to win against South Africa in its semi-finals. Following the impressive performance in Cote d'Ivoire, there have been talks about a move to Europe for Nwabali, also Saudi Pro League. Also, South Africa's league giants Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates have been linked with the shot stopper. Well, we say congratulations to Nwabali. But now, talking about the aftermath of the Africa Cup of Nations, well, remember earlier this morning or late last night, we also got update from the coach of the Super Eagles, Joseph Peserio, saying that he's already getting offers, yes, from a North African side, Algeria. Remember, Algeria also fired their coach, the former African champions, after the poor outing at the Africa Cup of Nations. Well, still talking about the aftermath of the Africa Cup of Nations, the Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omero has warned Nigerian fans that cyberbullying can affect the confidence of the players. Omero stated this in the backdrop of the Nigeria's 2-1 loss to Ivory Coast to the final of the Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast, where some players were attacked on social media. In a chat on a televised sports show, Omero stated that the outcome of the attacks could force some of the players to quit the national team. He also rated Olaino as one of the best players in the tournament.
Let's say in the past, when I was not this mature to handle criticism, when I go to a tournament or I have a game, I delete my social media from my phone. I don't post anything. The only time you see me come back is maybe we win a match and I know that everyone is happy, you know. I'll be like, okay, I'll come back and make a post or something. And I think that's what they should do, because you cannot stop it. They are a lot angry for nothing's sake, and they will come at you, you know. And for me, this tournament, for me, before this tournament as well, we've been getting criticisms. For example, someone wrote to Ola Aina on the Instagram, "I hope you die." You know, they just write whatever. They don't care about the consequences, you know. They don't care about the consequences. And most times I've stopped myself from replying a lot of messages that I'll be like, okay, if I reply like this, one blog will take it, they'll make a big deal out of it. But I think we just have to grow thick skin and hopefully keep winning, because when we win, they forget about every other thing.
And that is it. Keep winning. And remember, you just have to focus on the job and focus on the game. Well, for those of you who love bullying players via social media, think about it. Nobody's perfect, right? And for the players, focus on the game. No grief for anybody. Spiral. remember, we'll go again. Africa Cup of Nations is gone, but hey, let's also let you know that, well, we already have a plan for the AFCON 2025. The preliminary draws for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON will hold on Tuesday, February 20. The draw will hold in the Confederation of Africa Football CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt. The preliminary round will include 8 lowest ranked teams in the last FIFA ranking. The teams are Somalia, Djibouti, Sao Tome, Chad, Mauritius, South Sudan, Liberia, and Eswatini. The matches will be played on home and away basis during the FIFA window of 18th to 26th of March 2024. Wow, African players have got a lot to do. Remember, the World Cup qualifiers also going down, same as the AFCON qualifiers. Let's also quickly take it straight to more updates about the AFCON qualifiers. Confederation of Africa Football CAF and Federation of International Football Association FIFA have reached an agreement in principle for the AFCON 2025 to hold in the summer. Now, according to a former France football reporter, Hanif Ben Berkane, the responsibility of the tournament to hold between mid-July and mid-August 2025. The timing of the AFCON has always been an issue, mostly with European clubs who have to be without key African players. The tournament is always staged between January and February and has led to criticisms by owners of top European club owners and coaches. The argument is that the tournament is held in the thick of the European season. The last time AFCON was held in the summer was the 2019 edition in Egypt. So currently, look at what is happening in Europe. Well, you have the UEFA Champions League, you've got the English Premier League, the Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga teams, most especially who also need the services of the African players. Well, for some who did not go, the likes of Taiwa Wui
on the road, and in the opening 5 minutes, they've made their mark. It's Burnley 0, Arsenal 1. Saka up against Trafford. And just does enough for Bukayo Saka. He's now scored 4 goals in his last 4 games. It's the first time that he's hit 4 consecutive Premier League goals in his career. It's Burnley 0, Arsenal 2. Here's Saka, invited to get forward and invited to smash home. Bukayo Saka netting another brace in the Premier League, and he enjoyed that one.
He's absolutely flying, and you know what I said about him mixing his game up.
Odegaard screaming for the return pass. Kiwior finds Kai Havertz, and there's Trossard again, and this time the Belgian does get it. 3 chances in quick succession, and at the 3rd time lucky, Leandro Trossard makes it 4 goals to 0, and Arsenal are continuing their momentum at the start of 2024. Havertz is in behind here. And he made the early run, he's done so well. Kai Havertz! It's a lovely goal scored by the German. Well, he loves playing against Burnley. And this is exactly the reason why. Arsenal really running away with it. Burnley 0, Arsenal 5. Well, Arsenal fly into Champions League action in midweek with another big win on the road. And it was never in doubt for Mikel Arteta's side. It finishes here, Burnley 0, Arsenal 5.
Well, that was the game where Arsenal also did a 5-star performance in the English Premier League against Burnley. However, remember, one game is going down today. That is the English Premier League clash between Everton and Crystal Palace at the Goodison Park. So, well, the breaking news that came in earlier today was that of Roy Hodgson finally stepping down from the managerial position. And, well, latest update has it that Crystal Palace has appointed Oliver Glasner as the new manager. Roy Hodgson stepped down as Palace's boss hours before their match against Everton tonight. Hodgson, 76, was taken ill during training on Thursday and then underwent tests in hospital. The club confirmed is now out of hospital and doing well. Maybe they just do Baba just check outside. You understand? Now, let us look more about Glasner, who's taking charge of Crystal Palace. Well, Glasner's just 49 years old and started his coaching career with Austrian side SV Ried and Leatske before heading to the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg. His greatest success came at Frankfurt, winning the Europa League in 2022 by beating Rangers in the final on penalties. Glasner's side followed up their success by finishing runners-up in the German Cup. The following season, Frankfurt decided to part ways with Glasner at the end of the 2022-2023 season, a year before his contract was set to expire after a disappointing second half of the campaign. And I hope that someone is already going through his CV. You're as good as your last job. Now let's look at Crystal Palace's next game, next set of games. Playing Everton tonight, facing Burnley on 21st of February, and that should be in the next 5 days. Facing Tottenham Hotspur on 2nd of March, facing Luton on 9th of March to 16th of March, taking on Newcastle United, battling Nottingham Forest for tonight's game. But the players questionable for tonight for that of Everton is Andre Gomez. Although remember he's got calf injury, but he should be available for tonight's game. Well, I don't know. I just feel a little bit emotional for Gomez. Remember, he suffered a horrific injury some seasons back. Now for Hughes, he will be. He is also questionable for the game tonight, going down at the Goodison Park. Now moving away a bit, let's talk more managerial casualties in Europe. But let's talk about Gennaro Gattuso. Well, remember this man, former AC Milan midfielder, who also managed the team in Italy before going to France. Marseille manager Gennaro Gattuso has been fired by after 5 months in charge. A person with direct knowledge of the decision told newsmen today. Jean-Louis Gasset, the former Paris Saint-Germain assistant coach who left Ivory Coast during the Africa Cup of Nations, will take charge of Marseille until the end of the season. Gattuso was fired a day after Marseille lost 1-0 to 10-man Brest in the league, a result that dented the club's hopes of qualifying for European competition next season. Now, let's look at Marseille and Gattuso have now started a legal proceeding to part ways, and the club is actively looking for a replacement, according to the person who spoke on condition of anonymity, because Gattuso's departure has not been announced by the club. Looking at the position of Marseille and what the future holds. Marseille are 9th in the standings after 22 matches, trailing leaders PSG by 23 points. But we'll still go deep to France, most especially look at the case of Kylian Mbappe, Kane Bliggs, Simi, Wale Remix. Maybe Gennaro Gattuso will be going back to Italy to get a club in the Italian Serie A or Serie B job.
For my money, every day I stress. Mama is missing me. Money put it back on my say she's missing her baby. Outside for my gem. I know they visit home. Only bullshit, yeah, mommy. Wale.
No be say I know they miss you. You know my heart is with you. Although I have to hustle, cause me self one purple bottle. Ishe uni lori rom you. Efa dura sham you. She pray for me die. Holy Ghost fire. Mommy oh. One way like daddy oh. One jawamo. Mommy wants to see her baby. This my love be get us it become for me, make I go see my sweet mother.
Outside for my money, every day I stress. Mama is missing me, money put it back on mommy. The game is strong, I'm staying strong. My mama vibing too much to they give me joy. I won't be somebody, I don't need nobody. My mama pray for me, open the way.
check the time right now. It is 6:54. That song is also telling me to also go home. But before going home, let us talk about one man. Is none other than Kylian Mbappe. And there have been different reports about this man for the past few hours. Real Madrid are in talks with Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe over the signing of a free transfer this summer, and are optimistic about concluding a deal soon. Remember, Carlo Ancelotti came out to say that, well, the draw they had over the weekend wasn't about the mentality of taking about Kylian Mbappe. Reports had it on Thursday that Mbappe has informed PSG that he would be leaving as a free agent when his contract expires at the end of the season, after deciding that his future lies in Madrid. So we need to also confirm if it is Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. Think about it. Think about it. Well, remember, Madrid submitted a former contractor offer to the France International last month, while PSG were still hopeful of convincing their star player to stay. All right, remember, Mbappe has scored a total of 32 goals in all competitions this season, despite the constant speculation about his future. Now let's go back to Lionel Messi. Remember, he also played in France with PSG before moving to the MLS. Lionel Messi took to one of his China's largest social media platforms today to address speculations over his non-appearance in a recent Inter Miami friendly in Hong Kong. Chinese state media, Hong Kong politicians and fans reacted angrily when the Argentina forward came off the bench 3 days later in a friendly match in Tokyo. Since then, Hangzhou and Beijing have said they will not host Argentina games scheduled for March, and the fallout continues. As the fallout continues, and now Messi spoke in an attempt to diffuse the situation. According to Messi, says, and I quote, "Well, I've heard people say that I didn't want to play for political reasons and many other reasons that are totally untrue. Had that been the case, I wouldn't have even traveled to Japan or visited China, as I've many times. Since the start of my career, I've had a very close and special relationship with China." Messi, 36, repeated the reason for his absence from the highly anticipated game against the local League 11 in Hong Kong on February 4. "As I said in the press conference, I had an inflamed adductor and couldn't play in the first game in Saudi Arabia, which is when I felt it," added Messi. So, well, you had to come out to explain further. Well, remember, Messi became popular in the Spanish La Liga, right? One La Liga game is going down tonight. That is a Cinderella right there in Spain. That is Girona going on the road against Athletic Bilbao. Well, Danny Blind will be missing the game for Girona, Couto, Justin Lopez, Roca, and Villa. However, Athletic Bilbao will be missing the services of Ander Herrera due to foot injury, with the game going down at the Estadio Sant Mames. So I don't want to just mess myself on the show. But remember, tomorrow, Manchester City will be in action against Brentford in the UEFA Champions League. Inter Milan to take on Atletico Madrid, PSG against Borussia Dortmund. Well, Sonny Ade, Zinoliski. My name is Oladapo Okunubi. I'll be back tomorrow morning on the Kickoff Sports Show, 9 o'clock. Like what we say keep doing sports. Coming up next is Ile Aye La Bola. Stay safe.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. When I know do can't be worried. Let her tell me about my journey. Say rainy days are coming.